Cheap.
Hey, Daddy.
You fight with nobody.
This a dollar beat. This a dollar beat.
BoxingWords.com.
You won the bet with nobody.
BoxingWords.com.
This a dollar beat.
You never gonna get the fight, man. You're a horrible fighter.
Hey, Daddy.
Payday,
BoxingWords.com.
payday. You want payday. I know that. Oh, look this guy. There's a plan to
BoxingWords.com.
go for the belt, and I'm coming, man. I'm coming, my friend. Get the fuck out of here, man. Please get the fuck out of here, man.
BoxingWords.com.
Because I'm gonna fuck you out right now, motherfucker.
BoxingWords.com.
Cheap. Welcome back. Sunday is the flagship show, TBV, the Boxing Voice Podcast Radio Show. Thanks for tuning in. It's yours truly, Alex Doomsday Linez. The Doomatron is activated. And I'm here with y'all, man, post-Christmas. And we had some good fights on Christmas Day with some young contenders. So welcome to the program. Let's see who else is around. Shout out to everybody just tuned in, jumped in. Top 5, Dead or Alive, OGPG, Salvador Asensio, and Tigre. Shout out to you. You already know what we're doing, man. It's basically yesterday, man. Yesterday, and what we're looking forward to in the new year. This Saturday is going to be the new year, right? It's right around the corner. So I figure I give the respect due to the heavyweight card that's going to be going on on Fox Sports PPV. Real Naja Chick. Shout out to Real Naja Chick. Boxing IQ is heavy with this one. You know, if I'm Yoda, I will tell her, yes, she is a young Jedi in the sport. Terrence Bowden, what up, champ? What's new is, I mean, there's a couple of things that are new, but I just wanted to concentrate a little bit to begin with on last night's card. It was, a PBC card. And it was a card that happened here in Jersey. You already know I got a rep. So it was at the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey, a.k.a. The Rock. And turned out to be a fun night. I was only able to get the 4 fights. I didn't get to see the Kenneth Sibbs Jr. fight, which I heard was a pretty good fight against Keyshawn Williams, as well as Trevon Marshall. You know, everybody did what they had to do. Jersey represented. We did well. Hopefully, maybe King Amin comes on. He was able, I believe, to catch the earlier card. But, yeah, Vito Milianecki stops De Lomba. Wow, Vito Milianecki. Kid's grown up a lot. Remember, he started at age 17. And it's crazy because, like, I was looking at him. And before I even look at him, you get to see him on BoxRec. And it's like, oh, he's 6 feet tall. I'm like, what the hell? 6 feet tall. And I last fight he had, I was in the airport with him. He probably didn't see me, but I was getting my bags right next to him and his family. Cool ass family too, man. Very, very, very supportive, man. And he didn't seem 6 feet tall, but yesterday he definitely seemed like he was the whole 6 feet. And he showed discipline. He was able to box on his back foot. Shout out to James Benitez. Chee! Jonathan Lavarena. What up? You already know. Jesse, man, thanks for tuning in. Aquí estamos compartiendo. You know what I'm saying? Breaking bread here with the TBV family. Trying to see what is going on in the 2022 calendar, as well as what we had as a Christmas gift. The boxing Santa Claus came through, dropped it off on us. And, it is Boxing Day today, so happy Boxing Day. I didn't know there was a difference if it was like a boxing, put up your dukes. Is that too old? Put up your dukes. Let's shoot the 5. Whatever. You know what I'm talking about. So I thought it was boxing, but then it's like I'm seeing boxes too, like cats in boxes, the usual. Adrian, what up, champ? Cheap. James Benitez, shout out to you on the super chat. Says smash that like button. Yeah, let me remind you too, man. Smash the like button. It's a quick clickety click, and it helps with the visibility of the show. So appreciate that. And let's go with I guess let's run down the card. I mean, again, I didn't see the early PBC card with Kenneth, Trevon, and Michael, but I got to see Joey Spencer versus Limberth Ponce, and that fight actually turned out to be a good fight. I didn't expect Limberth Ponce to give the resistance that he was giving to Joey. At times, I was a little bit worried. I might have said that Joey wasn't, I guess, up to par. No disrespect. I just thought that maybe he was sluggish, or I don't know. But the whole time, I missed that. He was hunting, man. He was hunting, and he was waiting for that mistake to happen. And Joey's done it to so many fighters already, where he clips them, and he's a great finisher. He's able to finish guys off, so he's very patient. And I like what I saw yesterday. Of course, Limber Ponce is not it's not a top 5, and don't get it twisted, but he was definitely presenting some angles, and he was catching Joey Spencer with some rights that had me worried. Actually, I was like, man, don't tell me this guy's gonna take it to the 12th round. And this is the surprises you get sometimes with some of these guys. You don't hear about them. They got an okay record, and they can put up a good fight and catch you. And he was catching Joey, but Joey hits a lot harder, and he was able to take him out. Let's see some of the super chats right now. Cheap. All right. Let's see where I am. James Benitez on the return says, we all boxing fans, but no one buying that Martin Ortiz shit. I'm going to fly to the Russell fight in AC. Damn, bro. That kind of hurts, champ. Because I'm over here, I'm happy with the card. Like, I'm getting heavyweights. You guys, you got to understand, like, this is a dope-ass, I don't know what you want to call it, a gimmick or whatever, but you got a ton of heavyweights on this card. And you even got a few other weight classes on the undercard, I think, but it's a full heavyweight card. And I like it. It's $39.99. Come on, $39.99. Come on. You've paid for the Jake Paul fights, and no shade on Jake Paul, but like some of you hardcores could be messing me up sometimes. It's like, yo, where you standing? Let's see who else came through with the 1-2. Damn, James Benitez already hit me with the triple double. James Benitez says, what do you think of these sanctioning bodies and divisions considering forcing Elite Four tournaments in 2022? What exactly is the Elite Four? Okay, what do you think of these sanctioning bodies and divisions considering forcing Elite Four tournaments? Oh, okay, so top four tournaments. I mean, I don't know who actually caught that. Brandon Lenz, shout out to you. Cheap. Yeah, I don't know. I would have to see who said that. What sanctioning body really starting up this Elite Four tournament? Was it the WBA? Yeah, fill me in. Let's see this. Okay, James Benitez, I'm gonna have to hit you with the Ultra Combo, because that's what you're doing right now. I can't even keep up. Okay, Ultra Combo for James Benitez says C and D class heavyweights. Come on, Doomy. I'ma buy it cause you the homie. Cheap. Look, man, I don't want to be disappointed, James. I really don't. But when I got some good heavyweights on the card, I mean, look, listen, Luis Ortiz, Charles Martin, right? Both guys that have faced some top guys. They took their losses to these top guys. Charles Martin was, on the comeback. He's looking good. He was able to put away Gerald Washington. Luis Ortiz, this is the guy that everybody stays away from. We know what we get with Ortiz, so I think it's a great matchup to kind of knock off some of the dust off these guys. Frank Sanchez, you saw what he just did. He was able to, I'm not gonna say dominate, but pretty much control the pace with Efe Ajagba. So, Carlos Negron, You know what we getting? These are heavyweights. If you don't know Carlos Negron, he also, I think he's been a sparring partner for some of the top fights too in the heavyweight division. Let's see what's going on here. Champ. All right, shout out to James filling me in with this divisional tournaments. One way to push boxing forward in 2022. I'm going to have to check that out. I mean, I can see how that could kind of push for better fights. Some of these top 5 guys usually kind of linger sometimes before really facing each other. So I could see how a tournament would kind of push the pace on title fights and top competition. But yeah, no, the Fox card is great. But before I get into the meat and bones of the Fox card, let me just finish off with my Jersey champs. Okay, so Joey Spencer takes the win over Limberth Bonesa, stopping him. It was, believe the 8th round. I'll check it right now, just to make sure that the Dumatron is not leading you guys down the wrong path. But yeah, I think Joey. There we go. Joey Spencer. Well, I had it up, and now I don't. But he put him away with a right hand. Hope y'all had a good holiday too, man. Right now, I'm still having leftovers right now from yesterday. The leftovers are the best. Okay, we're gonna move on. Joey Spencer, he gets the stoppage. Give him the credit, and we'll move on to Rajan Chance. And Rajan Chance obviously is here from Newark, New Jersey, East Orange. And he had a rematch with Leon de Jesus that was much anticipated, especially in the secret circles of boxing. Knowing that these guys are the future of the sport. Leon de Jesus is a hell of a fighter. He tried to increase the pace towards the end, but Rajan Chance, I think, just was able to kind of nullify some of that aggression and use the tie-ups at the right moment. And fight off the jab. So it was a great fight. It's a great fight, but you got to give it to Rajan Chance, and him walking away with the dub. Prudential Center went crazy when that happened. It was a split decision, so it let you know how good of a fight it was. Let's go back to the supers. Who was here? I gotta salute the whole team, champ. I got to salute. Matter of fact, this is where I'm going to go. Bang. Don't mind me if I'm over here. Okay. Let's go here. All right. All right, guys. While I figure this out, let's see who we got next. James Benitez. Shout out to you, champ. He says, as much as I love Jersey, you can't say Joey Spencer is ready for the super elite competition. He's talented, though. Lorenzo Truck would stop him. Wow. That's a good... See, you're pinning up these young guys early on. I mean, Joey's 13 fights in. Lorenzo, I wouldn't put it past 15 fights, right? It's a good matchup, though. And this is what I mean. Some of these guys facing each other at an early stage in the career. Lorenzo's got 11 fights, so yeah, that would be a ill fight. Shout out to James Benitez on the matchmaking right there. I disagree though. I think Joey's ready for a Truck Simpson. I think that he's seen that style before. There's been some aggressive guys, and he's patient and he boxes a certain way. It's a tight fight. Lorenzo is he's a beast, man. He showed a lot of grit too. I was able to commentate at one of his fights, down in ATL, and got to see him up close. The kid, he's not easily put away. You can't put that kid away. He showed a lot of grit in that fight that I was commentating. Matter of fact, let me see which one was it. I think it was, it was the Cosmopolitan. In Decatur when they fought Manny Woods. It was Manny Woods he fought. Put him away. It was, I think he retired him in the corner. Lorenzo, yep. So, yeah, let's run down. We talked about Rajon Chance versus Leon de Jesus. Great fight. You know, I had to talk about it. Jersey. And, we got Rajon. He'll be moving on to the next level of competition. You know, still early in his career, so it's not really too much. It was just crazy to see them both pinned, young talent like that pinned against each other. Yo, Elvis Gomez, y'all know about Clay Collard. Stop playing. You know Clay Collard. Came in during the COVID time, top rank, prospect killer, a.k.a. prospect killer. He was out there destroying the prospects, man. Clay Collard, MMA was light. So, let me stay active. Let me go box. And he was out here really doing his thing, stopping some of these 6-0 prospects coming up. But yesterday was a different story. He definitely he got dominated by Yoelvis Gomez. And Yoelvis Gomez, I didn't really know him too well to begin with. I was just, excited to see him. He was a southpaw Cuban. Came in with his Cuban, he dripped in his Cuban flag, flashy, everything he was wearing. So he had some swag in the ring too. He had no respect for Clay Collard. He went in there with Clay Collard. He's like, man, I'm gonna throw with this guy. And I mean, Clay Collard was taking some mean shots, man. Wow, it was bad.
Finish him.
And he did.
Fatality.
I mean, Collard tried, he tried to do his usual pressure and kind of step forward punches that he kind of sometimes does, but no, man, there was no way. It was no way Collard was winning this fight. Elvis was ready for everything. Guy was ready for everything, so, that was it for that. Elvis Gomez, is definitely on people's radar now. Looking forward to seeing him fight some more. He's 5-0, I think, now with this win over Clay Collard. And I guess we'll switch gears, and we'll switch over to James Benitez's concern about paying $39.99 for this card. I mean, the bro got the Skrilla. He's just saying it ain't worth it. We got to find out if the rest of the squad, TBV Nation, feels the same way, because I mean, I keep looking at it, right? I already broke it down. You got Luis Ortiz, Charles Martin, Frank Sanchez, Carlos Negron, and then getting into Jonathan Rice and Michael Polite Coffee, right? Imagine that fight. You got redemption right now for Michael Polite. He wants that get back. I mean, Jeff Corley. I mean, if you believe the truck runs over Joe, I mean, no pun intended, right? He's a strong fighter. I'm just, I was impressed by Joey. Some guys are hunters. They could make you think certain things. I was thinking that maybe he was slowing, and the whole time he wasn't slowing down. He was just trying to get it. He was definitely trying to get this guy KO'd, and he had enough patience to wait. And when he did strike, he took advantage of it. Finishers, not everybody's a finisher. You got to be able to know how to finish people, man. To get that flawless,
Flawless victory.
Yeah, you sometimes guys get excited, don't know how to finish, end up gassing out, or, whatever it may be, they don't get the finish. And sometimes, it could be detrimental to them depending what time in the round. You gas out early in the round, it's going to be bad. Let's take it back to the card. Let's see. Okay, who's this? All right, James Benitez hitting me with the all you can. I think I didn't read that one. Let's go, champ. He says, this is James Benitez, says, Doomy, he sent Manny through the ropes. If Truck versus Joey happens, I'm taking all bets. Damn, Truck ready for Charlo now, both of them. Yeah, that was a question that I was getting. Is he ready for is Joey ready for, like, the top guys, Jamel, he's 13 fights in, guys. I don't know. I mean, yesterday he showed me he could put another guy away, but the guy he put away is not that level that gives me that confidence. But I like what I'm seeing. I like what I'm seeing. Can't deny it. All right, Adrian. Adrian says, "Do me that card's great free TV card, not pay-per-view card. Feel they will not come out of pocket too much for those fighters." All right, you tell me, right? Because I've seen guys pay $50 for a Jake Paul fight. See, now I'm just gonna throw it at you. And listen, Jake Paul's he's the champion right now. He's doing his thing. Got mad love for Jake, but you guys gotta you hardcores. Come on. You sit there, you pay $50 for a Jake Paul card, but you're complaining when you're getting some heavyweight boxing. I remember the day when, and I'm sounding like if I'm going back in time, like if I'm that old, but I remember the day when it was you were just happy to get some good boxing, some heavyweight boxing, This is like the era of the 80s, I think the 80s was probably one of the eras of the best times for the heavyweight division. There's a Mike Tyson division, maybe a little earlier than that, maybe even to begin with. But you're getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 heavyweight fights. All right, 1 welterweight fight, 1 lightweight fight. Everything else is heavy, champs. You're getting KOs. $39.99. That means you're paying $10 per fight at that, maybe less. You're probably paying like, what is that? It's almost 10 fights, champ. What are you talking about? This is good, bro. You're paying like $4 a fight. Don't make me go micro on you. Break this down, all right? Because you guys are acting like this ain't the one. And then you got guys like Michael Polite Coffee that wants that get back, like, he's going to go in there, try to destroy it. We're going to see Jonathan Rice, man. His reach and his power is, I don't know if it's underrated or not, but, like, people don't really talk about it much. They don't. James Benitez on the return hit me with a 6-piece combo. He says Polite will look worse than Gwanaki did in part 2. Oh, shit. So you think that he's coming back for no reason. He's coming back for no reason, y'all. Nah, man. You gotta figure that Michael Polite went back and took care of business. I mean, it's either he wins or he doesn't. And I think I'm not gonna put him in that guillotine. Like if he doesn't win, like it's over. Like it's just that you gotta beat the guy that beat you. You gotta AJ the situation. He got beat. He got beat by Andy Ruiz, but he came back and won. So he has to be able to try his best to get this back. I don't know if you feel like he's hopeless, but I think he has a real shot. There's real power there. James Benitez hitting me with the Ultra Combo.
Ultra Combo!
Says Jake Paul is the Floyd of the YouTube era. People paying to see him lose. And at a Jake fight, it's a better card. What do you mean it's a better card? I don't know. I'm not going to say it's a better card like as far as like boxing fights. I'm going to say it's just an event. I was present there for this last one. It was an event. All right. Can't talk enough about it. It was an event. Cameras everywhere, and I mean phones everywhere. It was crazy. Yeah, it was a lot. There was a lot going on, champions. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm gonna say that the heavyweight card is gonna be good. Gerald Washington, he's taking on Ali Eren Demirezen, and I'm not gonna act like I'm fully aware who this man is, but we could kind of see maybe if he at least has a little bit of contention going on, because obviously, the fight is as good as the opponent, and I know that some of these guys, you guys are not going to be, aware of. I mean, he is a 14-1-0 record, so most of his fights, in Germany or Istanbul. So, he lost a unanimous decision to Efe Ajagba, so we could use that barometer there. He was a unanimous decision loss, so, I mean, come on. Got to go back and see that. But other than that, Efe Ajagba, the other names don't stick out at all. Unless somebody out there can tell me who Kamil Sokolowski, looks like a Nikolai Milasik. These are all guys that are regional to that area. So, yeah, Efe Ajagba loss was probably what I could measure him on. But, this is an A side, Gerald Washington. But I think I get it, man. I get why James is not too thrilled about it. But, sometimes some of these opponents can make it, a really good fight, I know Jonathan and Michael Polite Coffee are going to make a good fight. I could count on Frank Sanchez and Carlos Negron for a good fight. So I got at least 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, about 4. Yeah, 5 of those fights I could count on, it being a good fight. $40. Started off January 1st. It's on a Saturday. We keep the ball rolling with some boxing. I'm okay with that. I'm okay. Dan Jays Benitez hits me with the combo breaker. Says, Doomy, what fighter in this heavyweight card besides Sanchez will be a champion? None of them. I may be wrong. There can be a heavyweight champion other than Frank Sanchez. I guess because Frank Sanchez is the fresh guy, I guess. Michael Polite Coffee could be a champion. I mean, you probably won't believe that because of the loss, but he was a 12-0 fighter up until he lost to Jonathan Rice. And I guess what I'm trying to say is that, a comeback can be there for him, and next opponent could be somebody that can lead him into a closer fight, at least to the title. Not saying he's getting a title fight right off that, but Jonathan Rice did what he did. Obviously, he lost to Efe Ajagba and some guy I don't even know about, Dempsey McKean. But you just can't really predict these things sometimes. And Jonathan Rice is a big guy. He's a long reach, 81-inch reach. So he's dangerous, man. Listen, it's the heavyweight division. It's a dangerous division. You could get knocked out by any guy, really, in that division if you're not careful. So, yeah, Michael Polite maybe. Jonathan Rice, he's lost 6 times, so you probably won't feel favorable to say the same. But, it's a good point, right? It's a good point. I don't think these guys are beating the top guys. But it's still a good, B-level. Can I say B-level without getting my head taken off? Can we say B-level? Yeah, we can say B-level. Of course we can. Yeah, we'll say that, man. We're getting a B-level fight. None of the super top guys, but Frank Sanchez is top 5. Give him some respect. Guess that's all I can really say. Nobody else is in that top 10 unless you guys see him. I mean, Luis Ortiz is top 9 IBF. And Ali Demirazan is top 15 at least. So he's at 14. So again, you're getting decent guys. Cut it out. $40. Enjoy the night. Michael Polite Coffee, stop it, Doomy. Yo, Coach Mitty, what am I saying? What am I saying wrong, champ? You ain't trying to see no Michael Polite Coffee at the top, maybe as a champ. I mean, you tell me why. Tell me why Michael Polite Coffee can't be a champion at all. You see him lose one time and you gave up and you giving up. That's what I don't get y'all sometimes, man. We're talking about 6'5", 83-inch reach, champ. You know? It's a heavyweight division. It's the heavyweight division. He was KOing cats. Everybody else was getting KO'd. He had maybe like two bouts where, you know, it didn't go to a KO or a TKO. Everybody was getting knocked out. All right? He's 35. I don't know. There's some guys in the top, obviously, man. But you're telling me in the next 3 years, if, you know, he's knocking guys out, maybe next 2 years he can't get up there, somewhere up there. Michael Polite? Probably not. Look, Coach Mitty, I mean, we know the business. It's not easy to get to those top 5, top 10. And he's not there right now. Unfortunately, I can't make a claim for him like he's there. So maybe Coach Mitty got a point. Who knows? James Benitez. Yo, James, man, you going in today, champ. You the champ. I don't even know what. I'm gonna have to play the Superman soundbite and shit. Shout out to James Benitez. James Benitez coming through with the 1-2. With another super chat says Canelo would stop every heavyweight on that card. Coffee needs to get that Gwanaki or Cassius Clay fight. We never believed. Wow. I mean, what am I? Canelo, bro. Yo, it's funny, man, how they got my boy Canelo now. He can take on anybody. I heard there's rumors of talks of him fighting Thanos. They're just, you know, they're still trying to figure out the whole gauntlet thing, if he's going to wear it or not, you know, if it's necessary. Yeah. Nah, man. I get it. Canelo's, he's the new Avenger and shit. He's the new Avenger. Rozeki beats Coffee. Damn, Jeff, you ride or die for the champy. Why are you riding or dying right now? That's a big ass dude, bro. Listen, Rozeki takes on bears and shit and takes down elks. I've heard the stories and shit, but you know, you got Michael Polite Coffee in front of you, man. That's a grizzly bear. I don't think that Rozeki can handle that much mass, man. I don't think so at all. You know, it was a little different with your man's the Colombiano, damn, Carlos, right? Polite Coffee can be the Starbucks League boxing champ. Damn, Brandon. Yo, y'all roasting over here. I see what y'all doing, champs. It's all good, though, because
I don't give a damn.
Yeah, hate on Mike. But Mike's going to give you a good fight. Listen, if Jonathan Rice handles business, what am I going to say? You know? I can't take nothing away from Jonathan Rice. I can't say that Polite, you know, is no good. You know, these are heavyweight fighters. And we stick to the record keeping so hard sometimes we forget that fighters can have comebacks. Jonathan Rice, he's had spread out losses, but guy's big, you know, throws some heavy shots, knows how to use his reach, so you know, you can't count some of these guys out. Big boy Patek, shout out to you. Chee. We out here, man, doing the do. What else can we throw into the mix right now, man? You know, we had a few topics. Just so much to talk about. It's the end of the year. Let's see what we got here. Still need up audio capture. Let me know what you think. Paulie T. Okay. Sorry, guys. I had a happy Boxing Day, though. Happy Boxing Day. Okay, let's move into some other topics, I guess. You know, we'll go freestyle Sunday status since you know, we're a little bit dry. And I don't want to go too far into the future, you know. I don't want to go too far into the future. I mean, we could talk a little bit more about what these fighters have been doing. up to y'all. Luis Ortiz, Charles Martin, and the rest of the weight class. But while we do that, I did want to look up to see what else was on the horizon. I mean, 2022 calendar is looking decent. Let's see. I guess we're talking the future, and I don't even know if the future is looking good with this whole Omicron stuff. Luis Ortiz, January 7th. Damn, bro, it's back to back. Yeah, 2022 is back to back. We got another bout in Florida. Luis Nunez versus Carlos Arriata. Thinking this is one of the lower weight class divisions. But yeah, man, I can't go too far into the future. I'm gonna stay with the 2021. We've been asking a lot of questions. We've been asking, who was your favorite fighter? Call Doomy Marty McFly. Call me. I got the sneakers that ties itself. All right, so Battle of the Titans, heavyweight fights on Fox PPV, man. I wanted to dip more into it. But let me see if I get somebody on, man. Who is on? Let's see. Let's hit up the channel live. Just gonna have to ring it. Call me, I'll ring. Nobody picks up. So that's what I'm doing right now, trying to ring up co-host, All right, you got James Payne in the building. Let me bring on James Payne. Let me get you on. Hold up, Champy. Hold up. Let's see if I can get you on here. You got the video up? I want to bring you on live on the video. Let's see if I can do this.
Man, I'm in the truck, man. Come on, bro. I stay in motion here lately, man.
All right, so let's see. If you're in the truck, we'll stay audio. We're going over some of the fights from last night. Talking about the heavyweight division too, man. People talking about they might not want to pay. You know what I'm saying? $40 for this heavyweight bout. It's got Luis Ortiz versus Charles Martin. They got Frank Sanchez versus Carlos Negron. Jonathan Rice versus Michael Polite Coffee, man. I don't know. I think it's all good. $40. I'll take it all day.
$40, man. You can't lose, man. A quick 40, man. 2 dubs. Come on, you gotta put it down. For the heavyweights, that is the glamour division. That is the hardest hitting division in boxing. It's the heavyweights. It's all about the heavyweights. Welterweight make the cash. Heavyweights put the asses in the seats. You see what I'm saying? It's all about the heavyweight division. Man, you got to drop them 2 dubs and support the heavyweight division, because this card is finna help shape the landscape of the heavyweight division. Man, we need to know what Luis Ortiz is, where he is. We need to know what he's been doing. We need to know if he is one of the top 5 heavyweights in the world still, or is he aged out and it's time to promote a new one to their position. You know what I mean? Then you got the rest on. Oh yeah, and Johnny Rice and then Polite Coffee. Oh, we gotta see that rematch. We got to see that. We gotta know if Johnny Rice is the real deal or if it was just a one-hit wonder. You know what I mean? Yeah. We gotta know, man. Can Polite Coffee get that? Can he get that work back? So they need to start tripping, man. 2 dubs. That's the most affordable ticket right now. I know everybody fresh off of Christmas, fresh off of it. Pockets a little thin, a little light, but man, we're gonna have to put something down on it. Maybe we have to charge that to the service provider, and you got 30 days to get that $40 back, man. You're gonna have to make that move. You know what I mean?
Call you make that move. That's James Payne. Thanks for tuning in, Champy. You in the truck?
Yeah. In the truck, man. Y'all hear the blinker on, but I'm still rocking out with TPV, man. If I can't be there visually with you so you can feast your eyes upon me, I'm there in spirit, man. I'm like the anonymous invisible man. I'm still chiming in. You never know when I'm gonna drop in, but say my name 5 times and I show up like candy, man.
Let's go, champ. All right. That was James Payne tuned in. He look, man. You heard it from James. Let's go, champ. Let's see if we can go ahead and maybe get some the other Skype champs on. I know right now still a little bit of techie stuff going on in order for me to get a couple of the guys on, but let's see if we can get Enrique Church. Nah, Enrique Church said he was gonna jump on whenever he can. All right, let's move forward. All right, let's move forward with some other boxing topics. Let's see. I know that we talked about Julio Cesar Chavez with Jake Paul. I don't want to get into that though, man. See, I'm trying. Listen, I'm diving into the back call. That's it. Diving into the back call. I'm gonna have to hit some of the champs on the back call. We're gonna call this the we're gonna hit up Adrian right now. Adrian, let's go, champ. Call him. We're hitting up Adrian. Adrian, what up, champ? Let's put you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you, man.
All right, brother. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. I'm gonna go ahead and put us on a split screen. Add you
All right,
on.
sounds good, brother.
You know what I'm saying? Let's go, champ. All right.
Just let you know, I finally copped that iPhone. So when y'all give it a chance, man, let me into that Border Wars chat, and I'm gonna get the watch in a minute here and show y'all how to really work.
Damn, he's become a part of the Mansana group.
Yeah. Y'all been giving me shit long enough about my Android, so I finally switched over.
Yeah, nah, man. It's you know how it is, man. You're able to communicate with us. It's a different thing. So yeah, man. I don't know if you caught the Christmas fights on PBC. They took place here in the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. It's a lot of stuff going on during the holidays. But were you able to catch any of those fights at all?
Yeah. I was able to catch some of those fights, man, and some of the highlights and the reviews and all the stuff that was going on. I mean, Joey Spencer, man. I mean, Akeem Black, who he fought and almost lost to a few fights ago, actually trains out of one of the gyms I take my boys to. So I know him personally, and I've got to talk to Joey, and I've talked to Joey about that fight. Joey, to me, is just like, they need to move him carefully. I do think he's a good prospect, but at the same time, he's not Nico Ali Walsh, where we're like, damn, he just got a name, that's why he's being moved. But they got to move him carefully around that division, because somebody put in the chat, and I truly believe, dude, I mean, I think Xander Zayas could fuck him up, to be honest with you.
Who, Joey?
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody, was it you that mentioned that yesterday?
Nah, somebody else did, but I agree with him. I see the way Xander doing, guys. Joey's not necessarily doing that to all his competition the way Xander is. Not saying Xander's fighting anybody great, but, I mean, Joey, he works hard, he looks okay, but I think he's at a crossroads in the next few fights. Is he going to keep fighting warm bodies, or is he going to step up and start establishing himself to the next level?
He said warm bodies. Well, let me see. James Benitez on the super chat, he says, that is not the glamour division. Who cares about this D-level card? If this shapes the landscape, I may never watch a heavyweights fight again. Yeah, James Benitez is going hard on the heavyweight card. What's Rod saying? Do me talk BBC trying to steal our money with these bullshit pay-per-view fights.
But listen, he's right, though, because I want to talk about that. Bruh. In all seriousness, do me.
Yeah.
Like, that's the type of shit, and like I was trying to say in the chat, before Al Heyman came with PBC and brought like the Keith Thurmans to regular TV, not pay-per-view, and started to build the Danny Garcias up, we had to have HBO or Showtime, so you had to be paying for cable, a premium package to be able to watch the fights, and that's if it wasn't pay-per-view, right? So now we're getting to a point where like even Dazn's charged to pay-per-view. Like, we're paying for every little thing. Now, I'm not saying that. I'm a boxing hardcore. But think of how many pay-per-views we paid for in the last quarter.
It's true.
How much money did we come out?
No,
but now you want $40 for me and Charles Martin and Luis Ortiz are the main event? I'm not saying that's a bad scrap. I'm saying that's a free TV fight. That's a free TV card. It's a great card. But come on, man. You're going to hit me for a half-price pay-per-view for that? You can't tell me that all them dudes collectively are making that much money. That you got to hit me for a pay-per-view.
Yeah. Oh, listen, and you make a good case, and many feel that way. Just kind of real quick, James Benitez is hitting me with the ultra uppercuts right now on the super chat. Says Rozeki actually lost to top competition. Polite may be a tune-up for Rozeki. Yeah, he's going in on everybody right now on this heavyweight card.
Oh, and Mitty, I got the iPhone 13. Don't worry about it. I didn't get the 6. He said I got.
Damn.
No, I got the new joint. I got the new joint.
Show it again. This shit's shining. You got the Corvette red and shit. I got my reflection on that shit. Damn. All right, man. Listen, we're gonna add you on to that Border Wars. You already know. I don't know who's able to do it, but they can do it right now if they're listening. Coach Mitty, I know you listening. Yeah. So okay. So you say why they sticking me with this half-priced pay-per-view, right?
Right, because this is next year, right? This is gonna be the first.
January 1st.
Okay, so this is my thing. You done nailed me. I mean, absolutely nailed me to the cross the whole fourth quarter. Even let's just say the last half. We got a lot of fights that we wanted, right? Why are you going to come out the gate 2022 and hit me with that? I mean, I get it. It sounds good because it's half price, but at the same time, even as a hardcore, like, nah, bro, I'm watching the highlights of that. Yeah. I mean, I think Ortiz stops Chris Martin, to be honest with you. And I don't think either of them go on to be a champion or a world champion. I don't think they beat the top 3 or 4. So, I mean, what am I paying $40 for? I like Coffee in the rematch. But at the same time, like I said, how much money do you think Coffee's getting paid? Enough for me to have to pay $40? I doubt it.
I mean, I guess you're saying
Coffee gonna buy a new Kia with his check.
I mean, look, if you're trying to say that this card is not is it not garnering that amount of money for it to be?
No, it's not garnering any money. It's a great card. I do want to watch it from the standpoint of free TV. It's a good card. Yes, I like watching heavyweights. I'm with you on the fact that Ortiz fighting, we're probably seeing a knockout, right?
Yeah, but like Charles Martin, like you don't think that fight's gonna be a competitive fight? No. So what? What?
I think I pick Ortiz all day and by the middle of the fight.
All right.
I don't think Charles Martin is a great heavyweight. I think he's a dude. I mean, think of how he got his title. Didn't the dude get injured?
He has a higher
got his title.
He has a higher KO percentage than Luis Ortiz, though.
Against who?
I mean, we could chop up the resume.
We could chop Ortiz's resume up too. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm just saying, chop up those resumes against who? I just think Ortiz will outbox him and sleep him.
And sleep him.
Yeah. Nah, for real. I mean, I think you get a knockout, or at least a TKO stoppage. Like, I think Martin gets all he can handle.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I think again, these are two guys that have fought top guys, have lost to top guys. I mean, champions, right? AJ Wilder, and I've seen Martin in a comeback. You know, he beat Gerald Washington. It's crazy. Gerald Washington's on the same card with him.
Off a couple year layoff, right?
For Charles Martin.
Wasn't Washington coming off a layoff though?
Yeah, Charles Martin wasn't as active. I don't know how long the layoff was, but Charles Martin's to me he's gonna present some problems to Ortiz. Ortiz. When's the last time you saw Ortiz in the ring, champ? You know.
He fought on the Dazn card not too long ago. It wasn't like anything great though. I mean, He beat up a warm body.
Yeah, warm body. Well, okay, I forgot about that one, right? He did.
Yeah, that was a stay busy fight. It was easy for him.
Because if it was anybody that was worth mentioning, I guess we wouldn't know who it was. Charles Martin. Okay, all right. So we'll sign that off to like okay fight. If you think that Luis Ortiz is gonna stop him, I really think this goes like the 12 rounds, man. I don't
Well,
think.
wouldn't it go 10? I mean, they're not fighting for a belt, are they?
Yeah, no, your correction. Yeah, 10 rounds. This is not going. This is not. I don't think there's going to be a knockout. I think there's going to be a lot of boxing. I don't think Luis Ortiz can, but I don't think he's going to be able to do it. But again, I guess you could stand on either side of the fence with this, bro. I think that we're having a fight, a heavyweight card like this. There's 7 fights plus. It has heavyweights. To me, it don't come around too often. If the guys were all unknowns, I probably would have felt some type of way. But I'm getting some guys that know how to fight. These are not warm bodies like you say. Especially Luis Ortiz and Charles Martin. They're probably at like the same level in the sense that they've lost to some top guys and they've had some good wins over some B-level guys. Frank Sanchez just took care of business with FA, man. He's fighting Carlos Negron. I think he's from Puerto Rico. So I won't linger too much on it, man. I was trying to see if we could look into the 2022 calendar beyond, but I didn't want to go too far into it.
I got you.
We were talking about best fighter of the year. Canelo was one of the guys that was the top pick for.
I would agree with that because he fought 3 times this year.
Yeah, and he was able to do what he did. Real quick,
I mean, 3 times is impressive for any high caliber fighter. I mean, let's be honest. I think we're used to guys fighting at the top level about twice a year now. So I think if you sneak in a 3rd fight, even a 4th one, you're definitely you're putting in the work and especially as much as he sells, right? Well, his last pay-per-view was 800,000 or something like that. So,
big boy Patek, member for 12 months. The prospect says Canelo 2021 fighter of the year. Let's go, champ. Big boy Patek been with us 12 months on the membership. Got to hit him with an ultra combo because I don't got the belt, champ.
Ultra Combo!
Oh man, yeah, I gotta situate some sound bites and a bunch of other stuff. James Benitez says, Joey Spencer straight up and down, no special effects. Damn.
He's not wrong. I mean, he could be a hardworking fighter, but at the same time, I think we've seen the guy have stamina issues going into a couple fights, definitely in the Keem Black fight. But he did admit when we talked to him on TBV that he wasn't training right and he had to learn how to really prepare, going on to the next level. But yeah, I mean, I just don't see anything that stands out that's great about him, except for the fact that, he's been pushed in the media and he is a prospect. I think they just need to move him carefully if they want to get him up to that next level. Because he's fighting at what, 154?
Joey Spence, yeah, 154.
Super
welter?
So super welterweight. I mean, that's a crazy division right there. Like, he's got a long way to go. There's a lot of tough guys in that division. Because right now, obviously, he's way early in his career. But you got the Bananas up there. You got Charlo up there. You got a lot of smoke up there. I mean, even if Jared Hurd's still there. I mean, my thing is like Jared Hurd. I think we're looking at as a guy who's maybe seen better days. I mean, I think that guy would kill Joey Spence.
Yo, and shout out to Hawkins, Arthur Hawkins on the super chat. I mean, excuse me, not on the super chat, in the chat that brought it to the attention. It's a title eliminator between Martin and Ortiz, IBF title eliminator. So that's interesting. Gives a little bit more.
So for the IBF, so basically the Usyk route currently.
Call you Usyk. Yeah, Charles Martin's number 1. That is a title eliminator. Holy moly.
So let me ask you a question, Doomy. Let's just say, if that's the eliminator, let's say one of those guys actually gets that shot, like, legitimately. Who would you rather see fighting Usyk for that IBF? Who do you think has a better chance? Ortiz or Martin, in your honest opinion?
Oh, man. You know what's crazy? They are all southpaws. So, even Ortiz and Martin is going to be interesting to watch. Honestly, brother, ooh. Oh, man. I don't know why I'm leaning towards Charles Martin, man. I'm leaning towards Charles Martin. But I don't think none of the two will be able to go against Alexander Usyk. But stylistically, it had to be Ortiz. If I was going into it strategically, as going against Usyk, I would want to have Ortiz with me. Ortiz, more pure boxer. I think he would be able to kind of hang with Alexander Usyk a little bit. But
Cuban style, man. He's got a better pedigree.
Charles Martin big
as far as his training.
Charles Martin's big.
But I mean, listen, Ortiz was smacking Wilder around until he wasn't smacking him around almost every fight they had. He was winning the rounds till, he saw the light.
All right, so that's Gerald Washington, Frank Martin is lightweight. Yeah, I think we pretty much ran through this heavyweight card. Anything else out there, man? Interesting right now. In 2021, or are we really?
So 2021, I actually got a question, and I'd like the chat to answer this because I want to really know what the community thinks about it, and you can tell me what you think about it because I just want to see where everybody's kind of at. If we had to sit there and name, because I want to go with the bigger divisions, who do you think the top 10 welterweights, 147 pounders are right now, leaving 2021, going into 2022, going in an order?
I mean, the rankings are there, man.
But I'm saying I'm asking the people though.
Yeah.
I mean, the rankings are there, but I want to know what the people think.
Yeah.
Our upper elite, upper echelon, where we got our Terrence Crawfords, we got EJ, we got some of those guys, but who are the guys below, and where do you see them? Where's a Ellis? Where's Boots? Where do you put all these other guys who are, coming up for that generation?
Now, for that generation, yeah, you got the young crop of guys that are just waiting to get their turn. Ennis is one of them. I think Jerron, Jesse says, "Do me, you drinking tonight?" I'm drinking coffee, champ. James Benitez on the super chat. Cheap hits me with the ultra combo. And he says, Willer B level, so it's hard for me to pay for these guys. Salute, Doomy. I'ma chill. Yeah. Yo, and I'm not, listen, and you coming on, Adrian, you kind of brought it to my attention. It's, you've been paying for a lot, especially in the last quarter. I was happy because we had boxing. We had some good boxing matches in this last quarter. So, you get carried away as a boxing fan, right? You just, you're buying them, and the next thing you know, you're like, wait a minute, I spent some money every month.
Yeah, man, fights. I got 3 kids, do me. You know what I'm saying?
It's
I got
different.
3 kids and 3 baby
yeah.
mamas, bro. Like, to keep buying and buying and buying, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's, it adds up eventually over time, especially the ones that, we really want to watch. Like any Tank Davis fight, little Adrian wants to watch that shit. You know what I'm saying? I got to buy it, right?
Gotta get it.
Right, that's one of his favorite fighters. So, like, any little thing coming up. And, of course, you bring up the Paul brothers and all those cards. A lot of time, I'll buy a Jake Paul fight for the undercard. Not necessarily Jake or anything like that, but usually it's because there's something on the undercard that I kind of want to see that I'm interested in. It's a combination of the two. I get the hype around Jake and these guys and the eyes they're bringing to the sport. You're at the events live, so you get a better feel of what it really feels like. But I see all the hype and it packs the stands full of people. It makes money, right? So it makes sense.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you mix in those with the Triller fights. You know what I mean? Like, there's just a lot that you're paying for now. Because it's not just straight up boxing now. Now we're paying for YouTube events. Now we're paying for these older guys who are still fighting in these Triller cards. So, I mean, there's just a lot more that we're paying for now. So you just got to understand from my point of view, I hate getting to a point where I got to pick and choose what I'm going to buy. And, dude, I'm a technological dinosaur. I don't even know how to steal this shit.
Bro, it's all these Gen Zs with their links and shit. The millennials are super advanced fucking cyborgs at this. I get you. Who else have we got on Super Chat? I think that's it for the Super Chat. Undercard besides Serrano. That's what Tigraso 2 said. Bro, let's talk about some of the best moments in 2021. What can you look back at 2021 that sticks out for you? You know, I know that we talked about Fighter of the Year, talked about, maybe pound for pound list we could talk about, or we could talk about just overall great moments in boxing that ring a bell when you think about 2021.
2021, I think seeing Kambosos dismantle Tio when Tio was clearly trying to come knock him down. That knockdown in what was it, the first round?
Yeah.
You know, that to me that was incredible. And then to watch Kambosos fight a very perfect fight. Catching Tio. Tio fought recklessly though. So I mean, but I don't want to take away from George. I'm not gonna lie that I believe this is 2021, but man, that Santa Cruz knockout that Tank did, I mean, that boy went to sleep like smiling on the way down. I mean, the boy had a smile when they woke him up.
That's crazy. No, man, you gotta respect the sport, champ. Gotta respect the sport. I mean, one of the, if I take it back to maybe like just moments of momentum. Let's talk about Edgar Berlanga. Edgar Berlanga and his KO streak. I think he was on his way to breaking a record.
Didn't he lost that streak? Well, maybe he didn't. I was watching that fight with Keem. I was in Florida, but that was against Nichols, right? He still got the knockout. Was it the next fight that he didn't get it, or was it that fight? Because I believe maybe Nichols made it all the way through.
No, I think he put him away.
Yeah, he put him away in the end.
He put him away at the end.
I think that was good though. That was a good thing for Edgar. Like, man, at some point you got to step up in competition. I mean, he is legit a star. Watching that fight with Keem, bro, made me realize I was really happy I looked Puerto Rican and not Mexican that day, because man, when I tell you that crowd was wild and there were brawls breaking out like right next to the ring between those two camps, I mean, it was buck wild. Like, the Puerto Ricans love Edgar. Like, that shit is like WWE. I seen dudes in luchador outfits with the matching gloves and fucking capes and shit walking around. I mean, it was no fucking joke. So I think that dude is really on his way, as long as he keeps on going the way that he is, to becoming like a really, really big star.
Yeah, no, he's definitely on his way. I mean, he's had some hard fights, his last fights, but he has that backing for sure. He has that New York City, we ride together backing. What other guys stuck out in 2021, man? You mentioned Xander Zayas.
Yeah, man, he's handling business, man.
He stuck out, man. He stuck out a lot. Tall. I think that even moving, as he gets older, he can even move up to some heavier divisions. I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, he's 20, right? Xander's 20, 21.
He's 19.
Maybe. He's young, right?
He's 19 years old.
Yeah, bro. He's going to keep developing. I mean, let's be honest, man. When did you settle into your adult body?
25, I think it's when you really...
Right. So imagine, this dude's training. He's in shape. He's obviously doing the work. So, I mean, he's going to grow. He's got a really tall frame. I mean, having met him in person, the kid is tall. And he's strong looking. He kind of has that Esteban look to him. You know what I mean? They're tall. They look ripped. But you look at them and you think that they're bigger than they really are.
Yeah.
So he's only going to develop and get bigger. So he's definitely going to have to move up in weight as he goes. But I think he's got a good team that will move him the correct way and move him in the right times for the weight.
I think the ultimate where he's at 154. He's at super welterweight, but he's gradually been going up. He started off at 144, but I think that frame is definitely not going to be able to stay at 147. I mean, at least it'd be harder, be harder to get to that. He's 5'10", 152. It was his last fight, so he'd be facing the guys like Jermell, 154. He's got some decent fights in the future. 154 division is it's full of killers. Erickson Lubin versus Fondura too. That was approved. I think that's gonna be an interesting matchup too. Erickson Lubin's a hard hitter. Fondura, he's a tall ass dude. He's got that height, and he's able to fight on the inside. So interesting enough, that fight's been approved. I don't know if it's already been decided, if it's gonna go through. But what else can we say, man? What else can we say about 2021? We had some championship fights. Did Floyd Mayweather versus Logan Paul happen this year? I think it did. That's another crazy event. Let me see if I'll fact check myself on that one, because I might be wrong. But
Very interesting fight. I'll give it that.
what, the Mayweather fight?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely interesting. I'm just trying to fix my echo real quick here.
I'm gonna call you Echo the Dolphin. Yeah, it was in around June. What happened? Yeah, that was the date, 2021. So again, we had some fun events. June 6th, yeah, 2021. So another crazy event that happened in 2021. Bro, the Paul brothers, had some good paydays this year, man. Jesus, making that crazy money, bro.
Payday. You want payday? I know that.
Super paydays out the wazoo. So yeah, we had Logan Paul versus Mayweather. Kind of a breakthrough. Crazy numbers. A lot of money made. I don't know how many millions of dollars. I think Floyd Mayweather's sponsorship on his shorts, they were paying an immense amount of monies for these sponsorships, and there's so many eyeballs on this fight. We had the Josh Taylor versus Jose Ramirez, and we had that Oscar Valdez versus Miguel Perchel. So those were two, notable fights in 2021. Josh Taylor was able to straight up dominate. I mean, the lead up in that fight was pretty crazy. You see when they ran down on Josh Taylor?
Yeah, it was a good year. I mean, I would consider this also like a setup year. We've set up a lot of good work for 2022. And the fans, I feel like we definitely got, we won this year. I think as fans of boxing, we won. There are some years I don't think that we win as far as fights, getting what we want to see. I think we won for the most part. I mean, there's some fights we didn't get. Some fights we didn't get at the time that we wanted, but I think that we got a lot that we really hoped for, a lot of fights that we didn't necessarily think were going to happen. So I feel pretty blessed, and I hope this next year only builds bigger.
Call you builds bigger. James Benitez on a super chat, and he says, Boots and Bud, lucky Xander not at 147. So, James, all right, James, I feel you. You feel like Xander's a super threat. I got you. Let me see what I got here.
Listen, we're at a time in boxing where I think that, like, if you look at the welterweight division, you got guys that are young and up and coming, and then you got the guys who are, like, between ages 33, I'd say, and 36, that are still fighting at the top. So, I mean, the next couple years is going to be a nice shakedown. I think there's going to be a nice transition of power between some of the younger fighters and some of the fighters that are at the top right now in the next 2 to 3 years.
Call you next to 3 years. What other moments? And I'm waiting for the super chat. The chat to chime in. They're asking for the pound for pound. Who's my top 5 pound for pound? Pound for pound list is so. It's
Usyk
shaky ground
for me.
What, number 1?
I mean, to be honest with you, bro, he unified the cruiserweight division. I know people don't think much of that. And then he went and beat AJ. He holds almost most of the pieces to the heavyweight crown. I mean, if we're talking Terrence Crawford's number 1, right? Did he not unify the light welterweight division? And then he's come up and he's trying to, undispute and unify the welterweight division. And look how many fights Usyk has all together as a pro. And he's He's 2 fights away from undisputing the heavyweight division. So, I mean, as much as I don't necessarily like to put guys who are in the heavyweight division in a pound for pound spot because there's no way up. He did unify the division below him. He undisputed the division below him, and he's making a quick route to trying to undispute the division ahead. The best division, the heavyweight division. So.
I'm gonna call you the best division. Let me tell you what the Ring magazine and ringtv.com. Let me tell you what the Ring's saying about the pound for pound. Canelo Alvarez, #1 spot. Why are you hating on Canelo, champ?
I told you I'm not I mean, I respect Canelo, but I'm not a Canelo fan.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
Hey, go ahead. I don't think there's a lot of people that can beat him, but at least I'm honest. Bro. I respect him as a fighter and everything that he's done. I'm just not a fan like that of his. I'm a fan of what he's doing, but at the end of the day, can I just say something? The second you test positive for steroids, it takes something away from your legacy.
So I want you to repeat that again real quick.
The second you test positive for steroids, it does do something to your legacy.
Oh man.
Listen, this beyond me.
And a lot of guys, listen, a lot of guys have their legacy tarnished. What's not bullshit, right? We can go back and look at a lot of great champs and see where there's questions, right? But there always puts an asterisk next to your name if you get caught cheating.
I don't give a damn.
Like, I thought my man Canelo was already. I thought he had ironed that out for you. B sample, everything was okay.
Okay, I mean, when you're the face of boxing, a lot of stuff's okay.
But like, so what you're saying is that even though he was tested and went through all the regulated, guidelines that are, for each fight.
But we can still say it though, right, Doomy? We can still say it. Like, yeah. you failed a drug test. At the end of the day, he can't sit there and say, no, I didn't.
What the fuck is wrong with this guy? Am I kidding me or what?
That's all you got for me? A soundbite?
Yo, champ, I gotta hit you with all of them, bro.
Go away. Go back to the docks where you belong.
Yo, you could say all that crap, but he didn't test positive for steroids. You know what I mean? It was
right, clenbuterol.
Clenbuterol.
That's okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah. Listen, man, I'm a personal trainer. I've known people who are in the bodybuilding business who use all sorts of shit to do whatever. Listen, if you're taking something that's a banned substance, you get caught for. And don't get me wrong. Listen, hey, VADA changed their whole levels because of that. I mean, he changed the whole game, didn't they? They are now acceptable levels of clenbuterol because of Canelo. So I'm just saying, bro. This shit sounds a little suspect.
Yo, champ, listen. You just can't say it. You can't deny it. He's #1. He did the most.
No, listen, I'm not saying that, but there's an asterisk. It's cloudy, bro. It's cloudy. The second you get caught for doing something, it's cloudy. I
mean, I get it. You forever got that little tarnish. That you can't sand out, you can't paint over. It's just there. It's a dent. I get it.
I mean, listen, look at Loma. They tried to take a whole loss away from his record. Even though we all seen the fight, they still announce it like this man ain't lost nothing.
Yeah, no.
I'm just saying, if you're the right person, certain stuff doesn't affect you. But if you're a big baby...
See, the boxing gods cut you off, champ. What happened?
Miller?
You on Wi-Fi or you ether?
It's okay.
Call you on Wi-Fi. Yo, everybody, so look.
I ain't got the ether, and I had to move it for Christmas.
I ain't got it. Yo, ether face. Alexander Usyk is #2 though, champ. So you good. See, your man's is there right next to the real one. You know what I'm saying? There goes Alexander Usyk. He is also undisputed. And then following is Terrence Bud Crawford. And then you got Inoue. And in 5th place. Let's talk about those right there. How do you feel about the top 4 so far? You got Canelo, Usyk, Crawford, and Inoue. And
I can't be mad at that. Inoue has definitely put the work in and been coming up. And I think it's hard too when you come from a lighter weight class. There's not a lot of love there for the lighter weight classes as a whole in boxing. So I think that's a great thing that he's up
19
there.
KOs, man.
Yeah, he is the monster.
Call him El Motro. All right, so Terrence Bud Crawford, he's number 3. And I'm not mad at that either. You know, depending on how you look at it, this pound for pound list, it's subjective, I guess is the word. You know, yeah, you could kind of dice this up a couple of ways, but let's go 5, 6, 7, 8. Josh Taylor, top 5 on the pound for pound, and followed by Earl Spence Jr. Number 6. Number 7, you got Juan Francisco Estrada. Let's go, champ. You got Vasily Lomachenko at 8. Josh Taylor should be a little higher, no?
Yeah, probably, but don't you think that Vasil should be too?
Yeah, but Vasil
he lost one fight, man.
But he
well,
got
2.
He got
lost.
He got no shine. He got no titles right now. He's not blinging right now, champ. He can't really make a claim right now, even though he's done so much. You know, the guys they got at 1 and 2 are unified, undisputed, right? You got undisputed, Alexander? Yeah. So maybe Josh Taylor should have been he's ring IBF, WBA. Number 4?
Yeah, I could see that. 4. I could see 4.
Anyway, again,
it's just that he's not American. It's just that he's not American, though. Let's be honest, right? We like Josh Taylor, but because he's not an American fighter, we can't sit here and act like we don't have a little bit of bias towards the people we see regularly on TV, and who are pushed a little bit more over here. That's probably why he's a little bit lower.
I'm saying though, why? Yeah, see this is you got Tyson Fury at number 10. And then you got Kazuto Ioka, WBO champ, from Japan at number 9. So how do you put Ioka ahead of Tyson? And how do you put Inouye ahead of Earl Spence Jr.? I don't know.
Okay, but here's the thing about EJ. Has EJ fought anywhere but 147?
Ah, okay. That's what it means, right? Pound for pound.
Pound for pound, right? So he's never gone to a different division. So, I mean, as much as I think he's a great fighter, I don't know if that necessarily makes you pound for pound if you haven't fought in another weight class.
Wow. So that's it right there, champy. That's basically it. Like, the top 3 have fought in multiple weight divisions. So that's why they got their spot. Tyson Fury's at number 10. They got him in there because he's just that good.
I mean, I think we can be honest and sit there and say, until somebody beats Tyson Fury, I would put him at the best heavyweight out of all of them right now. I definitely don't see, after watching the AJ Usyk fight, I mean, I just don't see AJ ever having a chance of beating Tyson Fury.
Man, Tyson Fury right now, isn't he in the works right now, in an in-between fight as he waits, for Dillian White? Dillian White, man, damn. You would have thought Dillian would have got his shot already, man. Tyson Fury's next fight. I think we might have. We could have some options, but Dillian White is not going to be one of them. I know a lot of people are waiting on that one. I know my UK brethren we're waiting for that one.
Someone's just got to give Dillian White a shot. Like, I'm actually, as much as we talk about that dude, I'm just starting to feel bad. Like, man, I mean, he kind of messed it up by getting dropped by what's his name? And he had to have the rematch and stop him.
Yeah.
The Russian guy.
But I heard that this is mainly due to disagreements about the split of the fight purse. So, I think Fury's camp won at 80-20. And Eddie Hearn was pushing closer to a 55-45 split. This is something that
Ooh, I mean, I don't think 55-45, but I'm definitely with 60, maybe 60-40 or, 65-35. I mean, Tyson Fury brings a lot to the table, man. I'm not saying that Dillian doesn't, but Dillian just seems to be just under that bar where he's not going to get close to a 50-50 split, even though he's been waiting around there and deserves the shot.
Yeah, and the way they pick out these purses, I guess, is based on like past purses that you've garnered, I guess, across maybe the span of like 3 fights before or whatever.
Thanks, JD. Yeah, Povektin. The Povektin fight, I think, really hurt his stock. Getting dropped by Povektin and having to go back and knock him out, I think slowed him up and probably took away some of the value that he's worth now that he's trying to negotiate.
Oh, look, man, as far as Frank Warren says that, they'll move on if they can't resolve those purse disputes. And, I mean, they won't fight for the WBC title, but they'll keep Tyson Fury active. And they're already considering some opponents. I don't know if they're hinting at who, but definitely won't be Dillian White. I mean, what percentage are we talking about here that's fair? You said no to a 50-45. It's a little closer to 50-50, I guess, but what's fair? 30%? I mean, 70-30? I mean, what are we doing here? And whenever you come back off the mutie,
60-40, that's fair. I think, to be honest with you, if you're going to fight Dillian, I think he garners the 40 because how much money... I mean, Fury's
the champ is going to go 60-40 with Dillian White.
I mean, I think it's an easy fight for him. Why not? I mean, 60% of however much money is more than zero, right?
I mean, do you think that maybe a 30% would be good enough?
I mean, I think maybe 35. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, Dillian's been around for a while, man. I think it's kind of like a better case of AB, right? Like, AB wants all this money because he's been putting all these years in, losing to some top competition every time he kind of steps up. But he's always been there. He's a name. It looks good to beat him. I think that Dillian's kind of in that same perspective, but a much better version. So I think it's just the combination of years that he's put in and been in this spot to challenge for that. Eventually you got to pay him something. He's got to be worth more than 20%.
But how much is the purse, right, to begin with? We'd have to check that out to see how much.
Right. I mean, that's the thing. Like, what are we talking? And how much are you going to pay Tyson Fury to fight Dillian White? That's the other question.
That's what I mean. And if it's for a title, of course, you're talking about, millions. But even if it was let's say he's getting, I mean, I can't even say that. I would have to go back to purses to see what Tyson Fury got with Wilder, right? But that was a super, you're talking about super title fights. And then you're talking about, and I'm not saying that, Dillian White wouldn't be a fun fight, but you're talking about different level of fight. So I get it. The split might not be the same as Tyson Fury versus Wilder. And what do you think?
I think the real question is, what do you think that Dillian should make against a Tyson Fury? I guess that's the question I'm going to ask you. Like, what do you think that he should make? What kind of check would you sit there and look like, yeah, he got paid correctly?
Well, look, Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder earned as much as $18 million from their trilogy fight. So the heavyweight split about $10 million purse between them. So you really think about it. They did what did they do? 60-40. They did a 60-40 split with Wilder. So there you go. I mean, be honest with yourself right there. What do you
I mean, it's going to be one of Dillian's biggest paydays regardless of what percentage he makes, right?
Yeah, because if you're talking about the Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, and I'm not trying to throw shade on Dillian White, but this was a different type of fight, and they had to split a $10 million person. I was gonna go with the same, $10 million, and they split $10 million. What $10 million looks like, it's easy to do that math. $7 million to $3 million, whatever. But again, if you're doing that 70-30, that's what it is. $7 million, $3 million. I guess you get half of that, he'll end up with 1.5. So it really,
Yeah. I mean, that's.
I get it.
That's not great money
I get
to
it.
fight for. I get that. That's not great money to fight for the title.
But you got to understand that it's between 30 and 40, I guess, and between those two numbers that'll be a good medium, 30 and 40%. Right. Because even if he gets to 40%, that'll be a lot. And is it really going to be a $10 million purse? It could be a lot less than that. This fight, was projected to garner a lot, so it wasn't.
And it's a stay busy fight. Let's be honest. Tyson Fury has done good by the heavyweight division. He stays busy. He stays active. He stayed fighting. We don't see him take huge lulls now. He's always trying to fight. And really, I mean, he's waiting on the winner of Usyk AJ too, so he can get all the belts again. So.
Yeah, this is an in between fight. I mean, pretty sure the odds are always going to favor Tyson Fury. In these fights right now, he is the favorite, and Dillian White got a chink in his armor, so to speak, when we saw him go down at the hands.
Yeah,
of
that
Povetkin.
uppercut was pretty massive, bro.
It made us think twice about where he can go in a fight with a guy like Tyson Fury.
To be honest with you, I'd be more interested in seeing like a Wilder White fight than anything.
A Wilder fight.
A Wilder Dillian White fight. Yeah, there's bad blood. I think those two styles. I think you get an exciting fight for a non-title fight. I think, that's just gonna be a good fight. I mean, Wilder hasn't given us a bad fight.
Yeah, Dillian White, Wilder, but I don't even know what's going on with Wilder.
Yeah. There's that too.
We don't,
To this day.
we don't know, champion. So, yeah, what else were we talking about? Talking about Tyson Fury. Okay, yeah, Tyson Fury. All right, so Tyson Fury probably will be fighting some other guy that we don't really know about.
Someone in the bottom 20.
Bottom 20. Stay active. He could stay.
Some dude that we gonna be like, well, it's a tune-up in between. We're not gonna be mad. But more than likely, it won't be pay-per-view either. He'll put that on regular TV and just beat him down.
Yeah, you know what it is. We're not
ESPN Plus, baby. You know what I'm saying?
And we could
get your membership.
And we could go. And we could go on we could even go on the boxingvoice.com and try to get a top 10. He ain't fighting none of these guys. None of these guys. No. None of these top 10, man. It'll be some guy from Germany. Yeah.
Right? He better hope he don't get cut, though. Like that last one he thought was going to be
a
walk in the park. And
it's
that
crazy.
Was,
Wallin turned out to be... Yeah. And he's not in the top 10, Wally. I don't see him at least in the top 10.
Nah, but he did a good enough showing to get some bigger fights, after that than he normally would have gotten. So.
James Benitez with the roast says, I put Wilder in the AB realm more than Dillian. Damn.
Oof.
Yo.
Oh, that's some soft ass shit. Shut that soft ass shit up. And I know you can do it, man. You got to.
He's shooting them Desert Eagle rounds at him.
Yeah, James Benitez he's the sniper of the night right now. What's up with you, man? Got my dog over here messing with me. Yo, it's brick out here in Jersey. Super cold. I got this window open. And close that.
Bro, you got windows open still? Bro, I got the plastic over my windows, trying to keep the heat in. Man, my heat bill went up by like $150 the second the cold set in.
You ain't kidding, bro.
My house is nothing. Boy, you been here, bro. It ain't nothing but windows in here.
Yo, the plastic joints be really keeping the warmth in, though. I know exactly what you're talking about. You clip them shits on like...
Hell yeah. I can't even go out half my doors because of that shit.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, it's crazy enough. Like, it's Christmas, but we ain't getting no snow.
Yeah, I didn't get any snow either. To be honest with you, Christmas was surprisingly warm here. I mean, maybe not for other places because a lot of callers are from Florida, down south, Texas, a lot of warmer places. But I didn't see any snow, but I wasn't mad at it because I don't like snow. I don't like having to shovel and snow plow and do all that bullshit. So
Yeah, thank God I haven't had to do that snow plow shit.
it's coming though, Bill. It's coming.
Yeah.
Don't act like we ain't gonna get it.
Yeah, nah, it's inevitable, bro. I mean, look, if it wouldn't happen, it would be like, wow, that'd be some crazy shit.
Yeah, bring on the global warming.
Yeah, that global warming shit is real and shit. Like
That shit's real though.
some lady was telling me the other day, hey, it's real. Look, no snow. I'm like, oh shit. You just never know.
So as far as fights in 2022, what are the top 3 fights you want to see form? And this is for the chat too, because I'm definitely watching. What are the top 3 fights you want to see happen in 2022? And fights that are reasonably makeable, not fantasy fights, but fights that we believe can actually be made.
I think the Terrence Crawford Earl Spence fight could be made by the end of the year, 2020.
I'm with you on that one.
What else? Heavyweight fights. I want to see some decent heavyweight fights. I think I will get Alexander Usyk versus AJ, definitely. Joe Joyce would be a good fight, man, if we could get him in there with one of the top guys.
Who do you want to see Tank fight? I want to see Tank fight
you wanna go to the,
somebody. Who?
You want to go to the lower weight class? One.
Yeah, just real quick, because I mean, Tank's been exciting. I just who can we see him against that we are really gonna give him real, like, legit credit for? Because I like the Mario Barrios fight, but I get it, you know. I mean, a lot of people kind of looked at that a certain way. Who can he fight to really legitimize himself and act like he's not on like this kind of top-ranked diet type of fight schedule?
It's crazy. Gervonta Davis, he's fighting at 140. No belt.
So Josh Taylor?
Yeah, Josh Taylor would be the one, man.
You know, that's one I'd really like to give. Mello in the chat, yeah, Haney versus Tank. Now that could be a good fight.
Haney versus Tank is a dream fight. They don't do that yet. They don't pin these guys up yet.
I don't think Floyd. You're right. I don't think Floyd will ever do that.
Yeah,
I think Bill would though.
Nah, I think Bill wants that Kambosos fight. That's where it's going.
Yeah, Bill definitely wants that Kambosos.
I'm telling you, they're seek and destroy with that one. That's what the fight is for them.
Devin, like, I'll go to Australia. I'll fight you in the back of a bar. Like, I don't give a shit.
It don't matter. It don't matter right now. They got their eyes set on them titles, man. And Kambosos is willing to give them the shot. This Omicron crap going on puts a damper on that, because I don't know if they were really wanting to have that fight in Australia, and maybe they won't do it if it's not in Australia. I don't know. But
yeah, Omicron's gonna fuck a lot of shit up in boxing. I can tell you right now. I think that unfortunately we're gonna be looking at this affecting the business of boxing going forward in the future. You know, I don't want to get in conspiracy theories with you two because we go all day. But, like, yeah, I definitely think that the timing of this virus and this variant and the threats in the media, if you're unvaccinated, this, that, and the other thing, I think we're going to find a year where if everyone doesn't get vaccinated, it's going to be very hard for travel, to put on events, things of that nature. I think they're really going to try to crack down, which means I'll be in my house because I ain't getting jabbed.
Nah, nobody want to get jabbed with that. Tank versus Gary Russell Jr. KOs for life. Shout out to you. Yeah, man, that's a crazy fight. I just think Tank's too strong. Gary Russell obviously is he's a pedigree fighter. It's not that I don't think it'd be competitive, but I'd rather see some other fights. Haney versus Ryan for the Pride belt. Tigre 2-time. Call him two times. Teofimo Lopez. Anybody interested in what fight he would comeback fight?
Aren't Tio and Ryan close to the same weight class? They're in the same one, right? 130, 135?
Call you 135, yeah.
I mean, I would like to see like a Tio Ryan fight. I think that Tio needs that. I think Ryan needs that. Ryan just needs to fight, period. But like, you know, hopefully he's not straight up and down and he moves his head a little bit more, because I think guys like Teofimo, Tank, all these other guys, if you get hit like Campbell hits you, man, you're going to have a rough night if you ain't moving that head. I mean, I'm sure Reynoso is working on that with him, but from Canelo's comments about him taking training seriously, this, that, and the other, man, I really hope that he works on some of them smaller things, because he does have a bright future if he can keep his mental intact and if he can live up to all the hype. It's a lot of hype to live up to. And there's a lot of guys out there who wanna meet him for it.
Yeah. Nah, listen, another fight that's interesting to me, shout out to KOs for like Canelo versus Beterbiev. I think that fight's likely to happen, actually.
That's a good fight. I mean,
it's my conspiracy.
I was watching that fight, like, even with his head getting busted open, you can tell that dude can hit. And he's willing, like, through the blood, probably not being able to see that well. The fact that he just walked that dude down, and even when the guy was walking him down, like, he was still throwing. Them shots look like they hurt. There was a big difference in power. I think that he's probably one of the few guys who's going to sit with Canelo at that weight and be able to bang with them, and I think actually take a Canelo shot. But until they take a Canelo shot, we don't know.
Yeah.
But it's whether can Canelo take one of those from him, though. You know, repeatedly. I mean, we seen Gennady hit Canelo like a freight train, and Canelo ate all them shits. So, I mean, I think it just comes down to who's got the iron chin in that.
Call you Iron Chin. Think we got LV Slugger on the super chat. And let me see if I could pull it up, Ski. He says, Wilder, a living legend, went toe-to-toe with a man that outweighed him 50 pounds. Okay. Tell James' fave fighter, Gary, to move up and fight Beterbiev. Only 50 pounds, 100. Okay, Champy, this is the battle of the champs. Let's go. Oh man, nah, it's crazy, right? The Beterbiev. Listen, Beterbiev he's a strong 175 pounder. I mean, he could probably even go up the cruiserweight, I think.
Yeah, his punches looked like everyone that hit dude looked like effective. It hurt. like, straight up, like that dude would get hit and back up, and he had hit Beterbiev, and like he was bleeding, cut up, and he just kept coming forward, and it's like those combination punches were eating him up. The only thing is Canelo's got great defense, and I'm not saying his opponent didn't have good defense, because he was definitely slipping some shots, but I mean, that's going to be a war of attrition. But do you think that Canelo's going to do that? Because I think it's kind of stupid to go up to fight Makabu and then come back down. Like,
yeah.
For your body, like, you should be working your way up to the heavier weight as you go. So it's kind of a strange route to go heavy and come back down. That could be a mistake. We saw Roy Jones do that. Roy Jones Jr. did that. That didn't seem to do his body very well. Trying to cut the weight to come back down then. And Canelo's looking pretty solid these days. I mean,
be honest with you,
he's not only like a big dude, but like it's not like he's got a lot of fat on him.
In theory, I was on the same route with you. And he should, it's more likely or better route for it to happen that way. Him fight Beterbiev and go back up, the way you're supposed to. But I don't know. I don't know, man. These guys know how to work. They know that camp knows Canelo, and he knows his body. They know exactly how to tweak. So even if
he's wealthy, I mean that helps. When you can have the best trainers, dietitians, you know, I mean, and you're as focused as he is, that helps. I mean, because some of these guys out here don't know anything about their nutrition or how to safely go up in weight and come down and still have the same punch resistance and strength.
Now the money definitely helps. The resources definitely help. But imagine him going up to, because I don't think he is going to go up to 200. I think he's, going to be up to like maybe upwards of 185. And then coming back down, cutting 10 pounds won't be too bad. He'd be 175 pounds and he'd be very strong. I don't know if that's another plan, but it works both ways for this guy because of the resources, right? And he knows, listen, he looked good at 175 with Kovalev. He took some more jabs than I thought he would. He was all peppered up. But he handled business. Now, Beterbiev is obviously a little different. I think he's a volume puncher.
Well, listen, Kovalev also didn't throw any of his power punches that fight either. And I mean, I'm not trying to say anything about anything, but like when you're the crusher, tried to crush people. I didn't see at any moment in that fight that he really tried to crush Canelo.
So what are you saying?
What I'm saying is Kovalev fought a really strange fight. He didn't fight the way the crusher fights. Fought completely different. He just stayed on the jab. I mean, the crusher crushes people. He doesn't just jab and run.
The crusher crushes people. Somebody clip that, please. He said the crusher had the crush. I mean, we had our vodka stories and all that other stuff. But I mean, look, people try to hit Canelo and they just can't do it.
What are you talking about? He peppered him with the jab the whole time.
Yeah.
He hit him plenty of time. He could have followed up with it too, man. I mean, Canelo was there for it. He just didn't do it, and he got KO'd for it.
That's all he had. That's all he had for that fight. And look, with a good jab, you could keep a guy off you. And Canelo's, he took shots, but every time he come in, he would really land some hard shots. But that's all he had.
I mean, but before the knockout, watching that fight do me, I wouldn't say that Canelo was really up on those scorecards.
Call you up on those scorecards, LV Slugger. No, that was the last one. Sorry for the interruption. Tony Yayo, shout out to you. Call you vacation. What happened to Gassiev? I mean, what did happen to Gassiev, right? You don't hear too much about Gassiev as of late. I don't know. I don't know if he's been active in another region, but I know that he only lost once, and his last fight was in June or July of this year. Of course, he got a TKO against Michael Wallish. Do you know who he is? Do you? I don't know Michael Wallish, but he's from Germany, and probably most of his bouts have probably been in Germany. So,
like a Mikhail Kessler.
Yeah,
like that type. Most of his bouts been on home turf.
Gassiev, he's been fighting in Moscow. The last fight he had in the States was in the Prudential Center.
I mean, why do you think the cruiserweight division gets no love? Like, that's one of those like divisions where it's like people like really just like there's no credit, and I never understand it because it's a heavier weight division, right? Like, usually you think of the lighter weight classes kind of getting that, like, well, yeah, but you're like 118 pounds, so but it's like these guys are, they're bigger dudes, but it's like you gotta either be a light heavyweight or a heavyweight. Like, anything in between just seems to get no respect in a lot of ways.
Now it's one of those divisions. I don't know if there's any other division that's, unless you're talking about the really low divisions like 115 and 100. I mean, the cruiserweight division is and it's crazy because it's just stuck right in between heavyweight and light heavyweight, which is some of the exciting divisions. And I don't know if there's just not enough 200-pounders out there, because it's like, yo, you could be a heavyweight, like 2 more pounds, 3 more pounds, whatever, you're a heavyweight.
Right, but like look at some of the heavyweights. Like, say you're 202 pounds and you go fight Michael Coffey, who's what, 270?
6'5", reach 83 inches, like.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I'd be at 200 pounds too if it was like I can get to the top of this division and be big, or I can be small going into a division full of heavyweights and super heavyweights. Because I'm sorry, after 250, 260, 6'5", 6'6", I mean, you're almost kind of more of a super heavyweight if there was that division in the pros. I mean, it's just a different level and size of fighter. I mean, the only person who's proven us differently to be able to fight those guys who are that tall and that big, and he's not small either, is Usyk.
Yeah, true. And he's built his way up right now into that heavyweight division. He's never been a small guy.
Nah, he's not little. I mean, watching the AJ fight, he doesn't look like a tiny guy.
Nah.
He just looks shorter.
Shorter, definitely. He's like a Lomachenko of the heavyweight division.
Yeah, man. He had some great movement, man. He definitely took AJ to school, but there's still an asterisk there for me, too. I think he did great, but I think that AJ is still a little bit damaged goods from Andrew Ruiz, so I don't think he quite got his swag back yet.
Call you swag. James Benitez. Damn, James Benitez tonight. Call him the champity champ. Hit you with the ultra combo. Ultra combo! Must be a record ultra combos for one night. James Benitez says, Doomy, ask my dog LV, how many B-level fighters Wilder fought? Be honest. No pun intended, I guess. Gary been dominating the best. Wilder been wishing for one punch. Wow, champy. I'm wishing on a star. I wonder where you are. Hit you with that one. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Gary been dominating for a while. This is true. But Gary hasn't been active as he should be, right? It's just the honest truth here. Wilder gave us, one of the best trilogy endings of the decade in 2021. So, I don't know. I'm a little conflicted on that one. What do we say about that? Gary Russell, he's been dominating, but his last fight was in 2020.
Man, he been 2 years out, Gary.
Gary's last fight was in February against Tug. Call him Tuggy. Unanimous decision, 12 round. So, I don't know. Did he dominate a Kiko Martinez who just beat and upset a Kid Galahad? Yes. But in 2019. So what? Did he win against Jojo Diaz, who just lost to Devin Haney? Yes, he did. Unanimous decision, 12 rounds in 2018. See, the pattern is that I'm going back in time. I'm not going forward. So all these fights have happened, and he has been dominating. Lost to Vasil, majority decision. Obviously, we remember that. But, other than that, you go fast forward to 2021, he wasn't there. He wasn't there all year. So he takes a year off. Okay. That's not so bad, though, right? It's just that he's only fought once a year if you go back in the 5-6 years that he's been, fighting. Since 2014, he took 3 fights in 2014, so maybe that was a little too much to him, and he lost to Vasily Lomachenko during that time. But you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years of fighting, 1 fight per year. That doesn't give you too much exposure.
How much money do you think he's making, though? Because my thing is like this. If you can afford to just fight once a year, he must have some good investments. I mean, financially, he must not be worried if he's only going to fight once a year, because it is prize fighting. I mean, when you're making, when you pull a Deontay and get $25 million for one fight, I get if you fought once a year doing that. But Gary Russell's in them lower weight classes, so I doubt he's really cracking that kind of money, or even close to it.
Yeah, nah. I don't know about investments or not, but he's really been calling out to want to fight. So he's got to be looking for some Skrilla, and obviously that's how he gets his through fighting. Investments, I don't know. I mean, you want to think that he's gotten the good advice from Mr. Ness Heyman. So he probably does have some good investments, but one fight per year is not giving you that wealth that you want. You want to build. I mean, look, I'm in nobody's pockets, but pretty sure that he would want to earn more. And he has to be able to get into these fights where, they're exciting. People get excited about, talk about. Gary Russell versus Mark Magsayo. Oh, man. This guy's pretty good, too, man. The Philippine phenom who just KO'd Julio Ceja in the 10th round over there at the Las Vegas T-Mobile Arena. So he's had TKOs, KOs. He's undefeated. This is a fight. Gary Russell's in a fight, champ. This is a dangerous fight for Gary Russell. He hasn't fought in a year. So you got to understand that. Coming back to a guy like Mark Masayo, young, hungry, and, knocking guys out. Got to give Gary some props. He's not coming back to a tune-up. He's coming back, to a contender. Does he have a strap?
How old is Gary?
Oh, man. Gary's got to be like 32. Maybe wrong. Let me just check in. Oh, yeah, he's 32 bouts. Doesn't say how old he is. That's hilarious.
Because, I mean, we'll see. He's at the lower weight division. We kind of always generally say at the lower weight division, it's not like the heavyweight division. Your career does not last as long, or we should say you're not in your prime as long. I mean, obviously you can fight as long as people will pay you to fight. But I would be thinking that he'd be trying to not cash out, but I would be thinking that he'd be trying to get to a point where he's really getting some big checks for the next, let's say, 4 or 5 fights that he has, especially if he's doing one a year. I mean, I can only imagine you only got so many big checks left.
Call you so many checks left. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to switch gears here. Let's create a poll. Right? Let's create a poll. Let's ask some questions. Let's go, champ. Let me see if I can get into the poll situation. Yo, it's crazy right now navigating through all this stuff. All right.
You're like the new skipper, dude.
Call me Skipperoni, but I wasn't ready for
Junior.
this. They hit me with the skip the Malou, and I wasn't ready, But we'll know more tomorrow. Shout out to everybody tuning in. This is post-Christmas Day. We've had some boxing on Christmas, and we're looking to the new 2022 calendar, and we're talking about some of the past events in 2021. Let's see, Champy Lampy Scampy. Somebody's talking about Gary is in Bitcoin or Dogecoin. I don't know, man. Cryptos. I pulled money out of crypto. It was getting real volatile. Things switch in like seconds. I don't know. You into crypto?
Nah, but I feel like I should be. A lot of people I know have gotten into it, and they were like chicks who were, bartenders and servers, and now they for real like cashing out, buying houses and shit. But they really put the work in. So you know what I mean? They're on a whole nother level with that. But actually, who's trying to get me into crypto? You're gonna laugh about this. Carlos from Border Wars. He's 18 now. He's always telling me he's investing in crypto and all this and that. He's like fresh 18. Like telling me I need to invest my money. But I don't know, man. I see a lot of people successful with it, but I'm kind of a dinosaur. I'm trying to leverage some stuff into some properties, get the boxing gym where it needs to be, the DJ business where it needs to be, so I can start to invest in real estate. So,
wow, good for you, Champy. Real estate is always good. There's one thing that's not stopping, and that's more people.
right.
One thing that's not happening is that God's not making more land. So, You gotta invest.
Listen, bro, I'm gonna tell you like this. You've been to my house, right?
Yeah.
So my girl got this before market. It didn't hit the market. She bought it for $150,000. If you go on Zillow right now and look up the value of this house, if you were selling it, it'd be $300,000. It's double. You know, she was lucky to catch it. And trust me, you know, you've been here. I'm doing the floors. I got a lot to work on. But by the time I'm done and invest my money in, I'm guessing just because of the area we live in and the neighborhoods, I mean, pretty much right now to live where I'm at, like, if you ain't got $250 for a house, and I'm talking just a little something, you're not gonna buy anything over here. And if you're getting a condo over here, you better have $400,000. You know, so it's like values are going up. I've always been told by people that if you're gonna invest in something, invest in real estate.
Call you invest in land and let's invest in this heavyweight card. All right, man. Looks like we're going to be closing out pretty soon. We're going to read James Benitez, who hit me with the ultra combos tonight. Shout out to you, James. You've been an all-star of the evening. Super chat status. He says, Gary versus Shakur need to happen. These are fights he's... Whoa. Went to a party for that one. I didn't even mean that. But, yeah, that fight needs to happen. But I don't know if it does happen. Shakur's getting bigger, man. Shakur's getting bigger. You know, he in another year, we don't even know where he might be. I mean, Gary's not getting bigger.
Yeah, Gary's done growing.
Yeah, he's done. He's fast. You know, he can be a cumulative power maybe, but yeah.
And his reflexes will be slowing as he goes. I mean, let's just be real about that. As you get older, Shakur's not gonna be slowing down anytime soon. I don't know how old Gary is, but I know he's not. He's much older than Shakur. So I think, you know, when your thing is speed, timing, and all that, like they say, when you slow down a hair,
yeah,
it can make you closer to average than, you know, elite.
Let's see, man. You know, I could have probably brought somebody else on. Let's try it, right? Since we're gonna be closing out anyway. Let's see if I could bring on a third guest. Can we do
Look
it?
at you. You like, we gonna try this out.
We're gonna try this live just because I want to. Let's see if we call King Amin of Essex. Let's add him on there. Let's add him to the call. We're gonna go ahead and ring him. Let's see if we could get King Amin of Essex on the call. We're calling him right now live. We're gonna do the triple header right now. You know, my man King Amin. I don't know if he's picking up though. Calling King Amin, and it looks like he's not picking up. I'm gonna have to hit him with the. My bad. Oh, okay. King Amin is at his uncle's birthday party. Well, shout out to King Amin's uncle. It's his birthday. Let me stop hollering at him. Let me close that real quick. It looks like I killed the whole I killed the whole call. Let me see if I just hit up Adrian now. Where's Adrian? Okay. Adrian, let's go, Champy. I took you out.
There we go.
Yeah, I took you out. My bad, Champ.
You're on the mute, brother. You're on the mute.
Yeah. Call me on mute. Yeah, I took you out by mistake. Yeah, we tried. We tried the triple attack. King Amin is at his uncle's birthday party. Shout out to him. I don't know if anybody else was available. I know nobody's hitting us up on the pre-pro coins. But yeah, I think we mentioned the post Christmas Day fights, right? We took care of the Prudential Center card. We talked a little bit about the heavyweight fight. You guys kind of saw me, you know. I mean, you made me see some of the light on why we shouldn't pay for it. A lot of expenses too in the month of December, right? Like, I'm starting to think even more. Like, damn, they didn't consider the average blue chip man.
I got plenty kids, bro. Trust me, Christmas and family, like, that costs money. I got birthdays in December and January. Like, man, like, just to ask me, and I know it's half price, but to ask me for another $40 after I've been paying, and then right after Christmas, Man, it's like I said, most people aren't financially recovered because they go all out for Christmas and New Year's, right? New Year's resolutions, all the shit they're going to spend money on. You know, nobody's really good till tax season. You know, it's cuffing season, do me. For the people who ain't single, man, you know, we out here trying to, I'm not doing it, but I got some homies who out here, they trying to cuff that chick in the projects with like 5 kids. You know, they gonna flip that little check into a whole bunch. You know what's going on.
I know what's going on, Chip. I know. Yo, Tony Yayo, yeah, that Chris Colbert and Shakur Stevenson fight. Yeah, we'd love to see that in 2022. Happy birthday. Whose birthday is it? Happy birthday to whoever's birthday it is. I know I saw the video and they say happy birthday. Let's go, champ. Yeah, man, I think that's where we're going to cut it. Want to thank everybody that tuned in with us. If you just stopped by, you loved what you were listening to or liked what you were listening to, hit that thumbs up button. And right along the side there, slide into the subscribe button. If you want to know when we're going live, hit that notification bell, because if it ain't shaking, you ain't baking with us at any time in the morning or night when we go live. Appreciate y'all. Tuned in with Adrian Rowan. Adrian, hit him with the socials.
Yeah, you can just catch me on Black Man Jones on Instagram, literally just Adrian Rowan on Facebook if you're as old as me and you still kind of operate back there. But yeah, that's it, man. I hope everyone had a happy holidays and a Merry Christmas. Whatever it is you celebrate, I hope you had a good time with your family and you're all healthy and happy. Y'all have a good night.
Let's go, champ. And you already know it's Alex Doomsday Linez, Alex_Doomsday_LAINEZ. Catch me on Twitter, AlexInesTBV. We'll be back in the morning for the morning show. This is the Boxing Voice Podcast radio show, and we are out. Cheese.